We're back. Welcome back to Flying the Coop, episode 18? 17?
Flying the
15?
Coop. Whoop,
Where's,
whoop.
18.
where's episode 15? What happened to that?
We don't talk about that.
You didn't tell me.
Yeah.
It's in the vault. We'll break it out one day.
What's episode 15? I've never heard of it.
Well, we had 14.5 and then 16.
Yeah.
And then 15 will be released, at some point in the future.
It's trapped in the Epstein files.
Oh my God.
Oh, God, no.
Maybe it was already released.
Yeah, well, so that it's already been out. All of it's been out.
Yeah.
And
Episode 15 is redacted.
What, man, Packy, it's almost as if we're recording on the night of the State of the Union. Can you give me the state of the podcast? How are we doing?
Much better than the country.
No, I was just watching the State of the Union. We are the hottest country in the world. I heard it.
As in,
The
like,
president said it.
as in everybody's talking about us?
He didn't specify.
Mm.
No, I'm kidding. He specified a lot. He said a lot of things that weren't true, but we're not going to talk about all that.
I bet he did.
So we're set in our haunches, grabbing hold of season 4 of Red versus Blue, and we're not going all the way in. We're just going about halfway into season 4,
Yeah, just up to the waist.
up to the waist. Unless you have a really long back, like Andrew Panton, then maybe not. Maybe you want to go a little up the back. Xbox has a new CEO. There's cartoons. Hammer has a story about physical media, which, if that's not the tease of the century, I don't know what is. And most importantly, Chia has a lot of questions. So we are going to get to all of those, but probably Chia's questions first because they sound Red versus Blue related. But who knows? They could be about Droopy McCool and the Max Rebo gang.
The Clatoonian?
They are actually about Red versus Blue.
You know what's funny is I have the wiki pulled up, just in case. But on the side of the wiki is a direct link to the Wikipedia in my Red versus Blue Wikipedia. It's like it's watching you.
That's okay because I have my conduit worm desktop wallpaper set up and ready to go to get me through this podcast.
God.
No
No wonder your cat threw up.
Exactly. It couldn't handle it. All right, Red versus Blue. We've knocked out season 1, season 2, season 3 with a great summary of last week. Chia, it falls on you the responsibility to tell us, set the scene, paint us a word picture of season 4 of Red versus Blue. Where are we starting at?
Right. So season 3, just as a recap, ended with Church being snuck up on. So season 4, episode 58, starts with the blue team all chatting, and then Church shows up without a body. He's like, excuse me, where's my body?
Why isn't anyone asking about my missing body?
Hello?
What happened to your body, Church?
And then as he's retelling the story of what happened, Caboose inserts himself into the story. And then Tucker does as well. Oh, it's quite entertaining to watch the retelling of what happened to Church's body.
Well, Tucker inserts himself as Tex, which is a real clever idea.
Yeah, good old Tucker. He really came out in this season, the Tucker that I remember with the bow chicka wow wows.
Yep.
Oh
Just
my
speaking
gosh.
of what you remember, do you how well do you remember what was going on? Like, you've only watched it through once. Do you have questions at this point when you're starting season 4?
The only question I had starting season 4 was about Tex.
Okay.
Why is she so special? Why does she also get to come back as a ghost? Because I know that if anybody else died from the blue team or the red team, they would not come back as a ghost like those two do. But I cannot remember why Tex is special.
Chia, that is an amazing question because I also had that question. Can you explain that for us, Hammer?
Do we want to explain it?
Yeah, how deep do I want to go?
Yeah.
Or how deep should I go with it?
We're going up to the hilt. Well, no, not the hilt. Sorry, we're going up to the waist.
Up to the waist. So up to the waist.
Maybe get us waist high.
Balls deep.
Bow chicka wow wow.
Balls deep in Tex. Here we go.
Hey.
Without getting super into the weeds, let's just say she
got me on the edge of my fucking seat, Hammer. Spit it out.
It's like
He's got a
like
the
thing.
drum roll.
it's like the sloth from Zootopia.
I'm so ready.
And then but so basically, without going super deep into it, she shares certain qualities with Church that none of the other Reds and Blues do.
Okay.
I feel like that's a pretty safe way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, Packy,
that's me.
give us an up. That's the voice of Packy. Can you give us an update? Where she is excitement levels
Oh, through the roof. She's in it now. Like,
through the roof.
yeah, she's put a hole in our house that we have to take a loan out to fix.
Oh my god. Okay, so excitement levels
Yeah,
are high.
she's pretty excited. She's ready. She's in it now. I mean, she was excited from the get-go just to rewatch the series, but now it's like getting into the meat and potatoes of it. That's a lot of fun to just, you know, it's like it's getting closer and closer to the moments that she remembers more, because obviously they're what
Mhm.
she's seen most recently.
And also, that's when I started paying attention. Was about season 6 is
Sure.
when I was like, wait, hold up. I mean, I still don't remember a whole lot other than like the action scenes and just how much more intense it is, I guess. But rewatching these again is just, it's so much fun. So much fun.
So good. Excitement's high. That's great. I have one more question for Packy.
Yeah.
How many questions did she ask you while you were watching? Is she trying to like get stuff out of you?
Not really, actually.
Okay,
She did
good.
ask me the thing about Tex, and I was like, I had an answer. Truth be told, I was having trouble recalling the exact reason, and I was like, you know what? Bring it to the podcast. Any questions you have, just write them down, because that's where we need to get to the root of these questions that you have.
I was like, I gotta ask Hammer these questions. These are questions for Hammer.
Well, Hammer, be our mage, our dashing archer with nice hair and a bow, and tell us, walk us through season 4, the first half of season 4.
Yes. So there was all the blue stuff that we already went over. On the red side of things, Griff is still up on the cliff yelling no, and
No!
Sarge wants them to come down so they can check out the bases, and he refuses to do it. And so then Sarge wants like Simmons to go and get him down. Donut points out if he keeps screaming, he's going to run out of oxygen and fall, and Sarge's like, cancel that order.
Never mind.
A little interesting detail I noticed is that Sarge, in terms of the weapons the Reds have, Sarge has his usual shotgun. Simmons and Griff are using SMGs, and for some reason Donut was given the battle rifle.
Oh, interesting. Is that just like their default loadout from this point, basically?
Well, once we get to Halo 3, outside of Caboose and Sarge, everyone seems to carry a BR.
Okay.
And then either in Halo 4 or Halo 5, Tucker starts to use a DMR, so I don't know.
I love that gun.
We also there was also the bit about Church having a soul made out of crap.
Yeah.
I actually wrote that down too. Stupid crap for a soul.
I had something shocking happen to you guys.
Yep.
And I think maybe the couple of the podcast might identify with it the most. I can't remember exactly what scene it is, but it might be the scene right after the rocks. And Griff says something to Sarge, and Sarge kind of just barks back at him. And then I hear, and I turn around, and Miss Floppy, who was deep into her work on her laptop, had poked out to laugh at a joke from Red versus Blue. I couldn't believe it. And I said, is this the time? Is this the moment? Because everyone says they're all watching, they're doing something else, they hear a joke, they laugh, and next thing you know, they're locked in. A few minutes later, she goes, I don't care much for Caboose. She goes,
season 4, man. That's when they start
she
getting
said,
hooked.
I don't think Caboose is that. Everyone seems to love Caboose. I don't think he's that funny. I like Griff and Sarge. I'm like, that's spoken like a true red. That's what I'm talking
The
about.
lady's got a red versus blue theme going on.
Respect.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, no, but then I'll tell you what. You want to know something though?
Please tell me.
Caboose made a joke a little later, and I heard a little giggle. It was muffled. It was a muffled giggle.
She can't admit that she's laughing at
So
Caboose.
that's been
Every once in a while, he sneaks a good one in.
Bow chicka bow wow.
that has been the Miss Floppy Red versus Blue update. Hopefully, more to update you on next week. But please continue, Hammer.
Yeah.
Tune in next week.
Oh, Hammer, another question for you.
Yes.
As Griff is up there screaming, like, no, he's not coming down, and they're all shooting at him. And of course, Sarge is getting way more shots in. He says, this is way more fun than Griff Ball.
Yes.
Is this where Griff Ball came from? Was it in a previous season?
No. To my knowledge, this is the first time they mention it, but it doesn't actually become a Halo game mode until Halo 3.
Okay.
But it is interesting that it got mentioned all the way back here.
Yeah, it caught me, and I was like, whoa, wait, hold on.
So this could have been like the seed being planted, so to speak, at least for coming up with the name for it. They had already mentioned it at one point.
Right, maybe, yeah.
When they actually came up with Griff Ball, the game, they're like, how about Griff Ball? Okay.
Or, I mean, it could be a factor of fans just going, what's Griff Ball? What's Griff Ball? What's Griff Ball? And they're like, we got to come up with a fucking game for this Griff Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's a really good point. Like, I forget what that's called, but when you put something out there trying to like start a trend for it or something like that, just to try and like when in TV shows and movies, they'll drop like their own lingo, their own word, trying to get it started and trying to light the fire for it. Maybe it could have been something like that. Maybe even unintentionally.
But yes, so we had the Reds shooting at Griff. It was like the carnival game. We get the Griff Ball mention. Sarge lists off the order of them shooting.
Yeah.
And based on Simmons's math, that means Sarge goes 10 times as much as everyone else. And then Sarge shoots out of turn, but it turns out it's the lightning round, and Sarge is the only one in the lightning round. And then we go back to the Blues, who are getting ready to move in and deal with whatever took out Church. Then back with the Reds, they quickly have a debate of if they will meet their past selves in Red Base. And Simmons explains how that's not how time travel works. You don't leave a copy of yourself behind, which you could argue maybe you do. I guess it depends on the rules of time travel you're using.
Yeah, if you're using primer rules...
Depends on which movie you're watching.
If you're using primer, then you do have a copy of yourself, kind of.
Or Back to the Future.
That's your back to... Well...
I mean, when he went back to 1955, his original time traveling self was there that he almost ran into.
No, but this would be the equivalent of
I
him
guess it
going
wasn't
back
a copy,
to...
though.
But it would be the equivalent of him going back to... Well, so no, he does go back to 1985 at the end of the first movie, and he's just in bed. Like, he just crawls into bed. So he just wasn't there. Like, there was no copy of himself left.
Oh, in the original spot. Okay. I'm following now.
I mean, it's all bullshit, but... that's 2 weeks in a row we talked about Back to the Future, so I consider this a huge win for us.
That is Packy's favorite.
This podcast is, in fact, now heavy.
Great Scott.
I assume those are references.
Oh, Hammer.
Oh, God. Hammer, sometimes I pretend that you being young hurts. You not seeing Back to the Future is like, that one stings.
I'm gonna need more physical therapy now.
Because that was an old movie. That was an old movie, like when we watched it. Like, I mean,
maybe when you watched it.
Packy's like, I dropped a quarter in the machine and rotated the lever
down at the picture show
when he was getting his sticky hand.
Oh God! I bought a popped corn, a sticky hand, and a movie ticket for 32 cents. Had enough to take the missus out to dinner. Oh my God. Okay, well, Back to the Future movie night. It's on the docket for Homebrew.
Yeah, I was. Yep.
Okay, then what, Hammer?
Griff and Donut briefly have a conversation about Donut's diet,
Mm,
which he only eats foods that start with
Yeah.
vowels like eggs and Oreos and asparagus and Oreos. And Griff is like, I had no idea I was eating so healthy. I cut out all the eggs and I don't even know what asparagus is. And in the background, you just see Sheila drive
Yep.
by.
Mhm.
Back to the Blues briefly. They immediately come back out. Caboose asks if they won, to which they say yes, and this is their victory lap. So then we immediately go back to the Reds, and Simmons starts going crazy and seeing an imaginary tank. Sarge makes a comment that the tank is as real as Donut's heterosexuality.
Whoa.
Then they talk about how Donut is impressionable.
Absolutely. Dirt definitely tastes like chocolate.
Right. Oh, that's where you draw the line, huh? No, you mean it's not true that dirt tastes like chocolate, right? Then back with the Blues, they talk about how Tex was so far away that if she was any farther back, she would have needed to mail him the bullets.
Trying to shoot him from the moon?
Right. So then Tex decides to go in alone. She'll take care of it, bring its head back on a platter, and then seconds later reappears without her body. Back with the Reds, Donut is trying to do a bunny hop on the vehicle that he stole from O'Malley, and Simmons is still going on about this imaginary tank. Sarge diagnoses Simmons with cranial insanitosis because of all of the time travel.
Hey, when you know, you know. Early detection is the most important thing.
It truly is.
Especially for cranial insanitosis.
And only Sarge can diagnose that.
Because he himself is a survivor.
So Sarge and Griff are talking. Griff gets put in charge of the work Simmons used to do on top of his own normal work, which really is just doing the stuff Simmons used to do because Griff didn't do anything. Sarge talks about, like, he tells Donut to basically do what he would do in a battle situation, and Donut just starts screaming. He tells Griff to establish a perimeter, and Griff doesn't know what a perimeter is.
Just does
Just
a
like squatting and
circle
walking
around
around him.
Sarge. Perimeter set. I also love that while Sarge and Griff are talking in the background, you see Donut and Simmons fighting over the ghost and like kicking one
Yep.
off, hopping on it, and then the other one kicks him off and hops on it.
See, my read on it wasn't just that like that Griff didn't know what a perimeter was, but more so it's like when you ask someone to help you like do something and they don't want to do it, so they do it as horribly as possible so you don't ever ask them to do it again.
Yep.
It's like he's trying to lose favor.
I thought it was ineligible.
Ineligible to lose.
To earn my respect.
That was where Miss Floppy laughed, by the way.
Yes.
I remember when the competition part.
Oh.
Is this the part where Griff finds out he's not even number 3 or 4?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Sarge mentions he's reserving a spot for that O'Malley guy.
Yeah. He can really work a rocket launcher.
He's trying to kill us.
Yeah. I'm not too picky. Griff gets demoted to number 7,
No.
despite the fact that at most Red Team has 5. And then back to the Blues, they decide Caboose shall be their ambassador, or however Caboose pronounces it. Ambassador
Yeah.
or whatever. And then Trish like, if that's too hard of a word, you can just be like a bullseye or whatever.
He said that's too long of a word. You can just say bait.
Yeah. Back with the Reds, Donut in a powdered wig has given Simmons a restraining order.
Powdered
I
wig.
really wish I could have seen the powdered wig.
Sarge decides to hold a competition for his new number 2. There was some dirt and a rock, but they didn't make it past they didn't make it. And so it's between Donut, a random skull, which maybe it's Private Jimmy, and a wrench from Lopez's old tools.
But how's the wrench going to kiss Sarge's ass?
Right. Or no, it was the skull. Because like, if I don't have any lips, how can I kiss Sarge's ass? We learn that Caboose has befriended the alien and calls him Crunchbite. And there are numerous remarks about how the alien stinks. Looks like infected cheese on a hot plate, a skunk juggling dead hamsters, and a bunch of other stuff.
Someone set a fish on fire.
Right. We hear that the alien has not tried to bite Caboose since the first time he did it.
Not since the first time.
In an attempt to try and understand the alien, Caboose thinks that Apples the cat is stuck in a tree and that we need to call the fire department.
It's the only logical explanation.
Yeah. And Church makes a comment about how Caboose's brain is lagging. And so he thinks people are speaking to him in his mind, but in reality, it's just on that much of a delay.
He would know. He's been in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Who's a better expert?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yep. Back to the Reds. We're 3 rounds in, and it's anyone's game. Donut won the fashion show, but then the skull got ahead in the Q&A. But at the moment right now, the wrench is the crowd favorite. And you just see the warthog with like riding on the windshield and stuff. And Griff is in last.
Yep.
The last round is the evening wear competition.
Ooh.
Which, I mean, Donut seems to think he has in the bag. But if you look at the
the
skull, it's wearing a top hat and the wrench has a bow tie.
Yeah, both of those were solid competition.
Which they changed awfully fast, too.
Which I told, and we'll probably have to cut this, but Miss Floppy goes, because she wasn't watching the show, she just goes, because I laughed at that line, and she's like, wait, what was it? And I said, oh, nothing. Donuts just 2005 gay, written by straight. And she's like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
That is the most accurate description.
Yeah.
Then back to the Blues. Church is talking to Gamma, or I guess at the moment Gary, about the aliens who supposedly created Gary, but Gary doesn't know anything about them other than the word shizno. And he's also going to try and be less racist. It's important that he's trying.
At least he's trying.
That's what's important.
That's my note. At least Gary is trying, and trying is in quotations.
I love the voice that they decided on for Gary too.
Oh yeah.
Was it ever like mentioned exactly what they used, or was it just some kind of like voice, like text to voice, speak and spell kind of thing? Because just the delivery of something so dry and robotic is so fucking hilarious. I always wondered, because I mean, it sounds like literally one of those things you just type a phrase into and then say like, speak it back to me.
I don't know if this was for the entirety of RVB, but on the wiki it says that the voice actor is Mac OS X voice synthesizer system voice Fred. Tucker mentions that Caboose put mustard in his sheets.
Oh, because do you want some hot dogs and a blanket?
Right.
Which means he's diagnosed this same problem
Yes.
before. That's what he came up with.
You gotta have a go-to.
They're sort of going through introductions with the alien. Tex is introduced as like Bitch Pants McCrabby.
Ah, that's my new
like,
nickname. I wrote that down. Bitch Pants McCrabby. My new name.
And Caboose like, I call you Mrs. McCrabby.
Not me.
They're attempting to communicate with the alien, Tex theorizes that the alien's name could be Honk Honk. They try to figure out what blarg means, because, maybe it means yes, maybe it means no, all of that. Back to the Reds. Donut ends up winning the competition and becoming the new number 2. Simmons is talking to Sheila. Sheila admits to being the result of the military contractor who made the lowest bid.
I'm a little ashamed of that.
And so Simmons ends up going back to Blue Base with Sheila, who somehow made renovations to a base.
Yeah.
Amazing renovations. Not
Yep.
too sure how
Yes.
she did
Fantastic.
that, but good
They
job, girl. Go off.
Yeah.
And as a whole.
Or is she
Oh my
lying
God.
about everything?
Hey, question.
Oh.
Thanks. I got it from the hit web series Red versus Blue. I wasn't smart enough to come up with that on my own.
And Sheila, I guess, just from the passage of time, has some missing areas in the memory banks and is asking about the people that the Blues were fighting. And Simmons goes on about these ninja monkey pirates from Cowboy Land that were trying to wrestle up some cattle. And Sheila calls him out on it. It's like, my bullshit meter agrees.
I wrote down Sheila's bullshit meter is correct.
Exactly.
I just had a thought.
Go ahead.
About her missing gaps in her memory banks and the fact that all of these renovations happened to Blood Gulch and the fact that they didn't really time travel. Was it ever actually revealed what happened during that passage of what they assumed to be time travel, or has it always just been kind of up to speculation of the fans?
I think they briefly mention it in season 8 when they're going through all the files and stuff, because I think someone even brings up what about the time travel and stuff like that, and I think it's Simmons who's reading through it. So it's that's situation number whatever.
Interesting.
But I don't think it goes much more in depth than that.
Interesting. Okay.
I only laughed because I thought, it was a great question, Paggy. I really thought though, you were given, this thing about Sheila and the time travel and this, I'm starting to think we didn't see all the Epstein files. I thought that's really that's where it was going. And in my head, I played you saying that for me, and it was really funny, just so you know.
Well, I'm happy to make you laugh.
But back with the Blues, they have given up on learning alien language and are now going to teach the alien English. And they have visual aids because it turns out Caboose keeps crayons in his gun.
And hold on, I wrote this down and it's going to be so hard to say, but it aren't that hard to learn English.
Yep, it aren't that hard.
I had to pause it and it took me a second to write it because it was so bad.
Simmons attempts to call Red Base, update them on his situation, and Donut answers the call and pretends to take a note because Sarge seemingly is not available at the moment to take this call. You're going through a tunnel.
I love that when he called, just press help for help, press or say 1. It's like, what is that? For Spanish, press 2. For unconfirmed Dutch Irish, press 1, 2. As in also. Donut's such a shithead. I love him so much.
Turns out Griff has ideas on how to use Simmons' rations. And before hanging up, Donut mentions he loves this job and he wonders why Simmons would give it up. Tex convinces Andy to serve as a translator for the alien because part of what she used to make him were pieces from a protocol robot, along with some personal items. We pick back up in the next episode with the Blues. Church is not happy about this situation, saying that Andy is not the most diplomatic of individuals, and then they debate if bomb is a race. Meanwhile, the alien is still beating up Tucker from when he pulled out his sword earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Hold still for a second.
Isn't he just getting hit? Ow, ow, ow.
Yep. Back with the Reds. Donut has been looking all over for Griff. He looked inside the base, outside the base, on top of the base, all over.
I think you need to learn what all over means.
Donut is trying to get Griff to come back to the base because Sarge needs him for something. Griff refuses, and it turns out Sarge wanted him to help eat a bunch of ice cream.
Who's gonna help me eat all this ice cream?
So I have a question about that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure this isn't confirmed. It's not nearly as smart as any of Chia's questions. But is the implication to be drawn here that that's Simmons' rations?
Potentially,
Because they said we need to
Oh.
figure out what to do with Simmons' rations, and now they all of a sudden have a surplus of ice cream.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
Floppy,
like-
you just solved red
maybe
versus
Simmons-
blue.
I was about to say Simmons.
That's why they were
Simmons
there.
was requisitioning himself a whole shit ton of ice cream on the side, and we just didn't know it. Right under our noses.
That
Yeah, I was
clever
gonna say,
bastard.
it could be that. It could be that, or potentially similar to how on Blue Team, they would just get like boxes of mayonnaise from Command. Maybe for Red Team, it was ice cream.
Hammer, you can't just let me have this.
Do you think Simmons had a surplus of it because he's a cyborg and now he doesn't need to eat it anymore?
I mean,
It could melt and fuck with his circuitry.
Well, isn't Griff?
No,
also?
Griff has all of Simmons's
That's-
parts.
yeah,
Oh,
Griff
yeah.
has Simmons parts.
Now Simmons shits fax
God,
machine
shit.
paper.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's
My
machine
bad.
paper.
That was my bad.
Simmons, why is there paper
yeah,
coming out of your
Oh, it must have been something I ate. Oh, but then he eats. He just okay, never mind. Well, disproved my own theory.
Yeah, well, Floppy finally had one theory about the show, but we all shit on it. So we're just gonna keep marching forward. Next time I'll do better.
You've got 16 more seasons.
You got time. It's
You'll
okay.
get there,
Oh,
buddy.
it's
Don't
okay.
worry.
Back with the Reds. Simmons has painted his armor mostly blue, but you can still see bits
You
of
can.
maroon because of the color customization in Halo 2.
Oh, that was one of the questions you had.
Wait, yeah, that was one of my
Oh, yep.
questions, actually. Did they do that because of restrictions?
So yeah,
the
in
game?
Halo 1, you can only wear one color, but in Halo 2, you can wear multiple colors. A primary and a secondary.
So it's like one of
Okay.
those, like how the vehicles, they could show degradation and parts blowing up on the vehicles now, like the Warthog being, a pile
Yeah.
of parts
Yep.
instead of just a vehicle. It was them using the new game mechanics to their
Yeah.
to their benefit.
Yeah, because I think
Okay.
Sheila is like smoking a bit too sometimes.
Mhm.
And so Simmons and Sheila are beginning Operation Blue with Envy, and they start attacking Red Base, back with the Blues. Andy is getting annoyed at Caboose. He's like, what did he say? He's like, something along the lines of like, it's my job to translate, and I'm going to
he's
tell
getting
you
so
what.
Irritated.
He's like, I'm going to tell you what he says if you like give me a minute or whatever. But he's very annoyed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow, he
Yeah,
said all
Caboose,
that.
that's what he said?
Okay, I'll wait.
Tell him I said okay.
Yeah.
Also, when real quick, when they're talking about when he does finally translate, and he's mad at the teal one, Tucker. Who's the teal one? You are. I'm not teal.
Yep.
I'm
Teal's
aqua.
out.
Church makes a comment about needing a translator for Caboose. Turns out that Tucker claimed the sword, which is an item that the alien was looking for, and that the reason other people can't use it now is because it only works for the hero that passes the trial of the windmill. And now the alien needs help fulfilling a prophecy.
Of course.
Yes.
Isn't
And
that
so-
where Tucker talking about the trial where he's like, I fell in a hole. That's not a trial.
Right?
Any dude that trips is a hero. I'm
Pretty
pretty sure that makes Caboose a god.
Yep. So the Blues get informed about this quest that they need to go on. Apparently, aliens just eat their wounded, which Caboose compares to chiropractors.
Yep, I also wrote
That
that
was-
down because that
was the line.
was wonderful.
That was the line that made Miss Floppy laugh. The chiropractor line.
Just like chiropractors.
And then Caboose goes around assigning people their D&D classes for this adventure. Tucker is the fighter. The alien is the healer. Caboose is the powerful and intelligent wizard Morphumax. And Andy is the stealthy, good-looking archer.
With no
I don't
arms.
have any
which is
arms, you
stealth.
freaking moron.
That is what makes you so stealthy. There's a comment from Tucker about how he probably has kids,
Mhm. Yeah,
which I put in parentheses. He will,
yeah.
But we'll get to
Little
that later.
foreshadowing.
Simmons is having a hard time. He's like, suck it, Blues. I mean, Reds.
I mean, red.
He was really trying to fight through that.
Which maybe I'm wrong, but I think Bernie has said that this is some of his favorite stuff Gus has ever done as Simmons.
Oh yeah,
I love
it's
how
really
flustered
good.
he gets.
bet.
It's so fucking funny.
He gets thank you, sir. I mean, suck it, red.
There's a shot of Sheila shooting the base, and then from inside you can just hear Sarge, great sodium chloride. There goes my
That's
chemistry
my
set."
favorite. Oh my god, I don't know why. That's my favorite fucking Sarge line of like the whole series. That just the way that it's like off screen, that they don't even cut to it or anything. You just hear it, him shouting across the canyon. Man, that's so good.
So then eventually Sarge comes out and he can understand Simmons, getting angry and wanting to attack the Reds. But painting his armor blue, that's going too far. That's
Gross.
crossing the line.
Dear God, man, don't you have any shame
It's
at all?
gross. Yeah.
Hey, Sarge, you should also note that he missed a couple spots. Just Griff getting in that one last dig.
Right.
Mhm.
Back with the Blues, our team of adventurers departs for the quest, and Tucker is in charge of changing Caboose. Turns out the alien doesn't need to change because he's naked.
It's a matter of penis. I mean,
Yeah. Yep. Tex gets distracted by some alien muscle structure.
Mm-hmm.
Caboose thought they told Caboose it was another arm, and now he doesn't want a high five anymore.
Hey, Caboose, high five.
Yeah. That'll ruin
I
it
don't
for
want
you.
to do that anymore. Church and Tucker kind of have a one-on-one. Church talks about how they're just a couple of lovers, and Tucker's like, that sounds kind of gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Church tries to give him some like motivational talk, but kind of just gives up because they talk about how this like mentor-mentee boss-employee relationship that
Which doesn't exist.
doesn't actually exist.
That poor church had thrust upon him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. By himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Church got the job, Tucker got the armor.
Mhm.
Yeah. And after they leave, Tex eventually decides to go with them because, quests usually have some sort of a big reward at the end. Simmons has taken Griff prisoner, which only Griff could mess up math because what is 1 plus turd? And with Simmons and Griff in the base, turns out Blue Base now has a hole, but it has a design flaw. Simmons shoves him down the hole. Griff pops back up at the other end of the base.
Found a flaw in your hole.
Back with our adventurers, they're talking about chickens. Turns out the alien is not a fan of what humans do with chickens or the white stuff that comes out of them. Turns out aliens invented the telephone 1,000 years before humans did. But I mean, what did they say on it? Blarg, blarg, Hong Kong. Who wants to hear that all day?
Blarg, blarg, Hong Kong.
They arrive at the Burning Plains, which is actually where the Reds and Blues ended up after their quote-unquote time travel. And it turns out the monster Tucker is meant to kill is already dead. And as we clarify with Caboose, the Reds and Blues were already here before now.
Already.
Yes. Yes, Caboose, that's what that means. Sarge decides that him and Donut are going to launch a rescue operation for Griff so that Sarge doesn't have to sit through Donut's calligraphy written proposals for Red Team.
That he dotted all the I's with hearts.
Yes. So as they approach Blue Base, Donut is in the middle of proposing an idea to Sarge that involves lace. Donut mentions that there doesn't seem to be any trace of the tank, to which Sarge thinks the badness is spreading because he brought up the tank.
Logical conclusion.
Yeah.
Yes. He's developing cranial insanitosis.
It's only a matter of time before it takes me.
Inside the base, you can hear Simmons and Griff doing something with the Simmons hole.
Oh my God, Donut.
And when Donut hears, he's like, "Oh, that's my cue." Simmons, I'm having so much fun going in and out of your hole. Stay down there, Griff.
Well, that's my cue.
Griff and Simmons sort of stop and think for a moment. You know, maybe, just maybe, the enemy tank has been lying to Simmons. Sarge knocks out Griff during the rescue mission because, you know, all work and no play.
Yeah.
And as he's preparing to punish Simmons for becoming a blue, he's like, "Remember, this hurts me more than it hurts you."
Okay, I have to ask you, Hammer.
Yeah.
All work and no play. What's that from?
Oh,
Chia, what's that from?
It's from The Shining.
There we go.
yeah, I haven't seen that.
Jack Nicholson. All work and no play makes Jack a dope.
Is his name in the movie Jack? I don't remember what his name is.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so lame. I always think it's because the actors are too stupid. Like, I know that's not the real answer, but like every time I heard that about something else the other day where it's like, oh, we wanted to use my same, it was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's like, I wanted to be named Will in the show too. It's like, well, that's because you're dumb. And you wouldn't know that people were talking to you if they named you.
It's like Charlie
Carl.
Sheen in like the 3 TV shows he was in. All of his characters' name were Charlie.
Hammer, that if you like kind of scary movies, you should definitely watch The Shining.
Hammer's on TikTok. That shit's not going to be scary at all for someone like Hammer.
No, I'm not.
That's why I said.
Like, I'm not seeing your TikTok brain. I'm just saying,
It's
like,
more of like a suspense, and you might even have to watch it like a couple times to understand what it is
it
you just watched.
one of those weird situations though where like Jack is a nickname of John? Because he says, "Here's Johnny"
No,
later.
his name is Jack Tarrant.
Dad?
Oh.
Well, no, because he's referencing Ed McMahon.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Follow up, Hammer. Who's Ed McMahon?
What?
And there we go. Which is funny.
He's the guy that owned the
did
World
anybody-
Wrestling Federation.
Did anybody? Did you guys? You guys weren't watching Johnny Carson, were you? At any point in your life?
Can't
I don't
say
know
that
when
I
you
have.
even went
no.
off. I feel like you went off the air in the early '90s. So, like, my point is, Hammer, we're cultured, even though it came before us. Hammer's like,
What?
Hammer's like, none of this is staying in, and we're not talking about red versus blue.
Or, I mean, Borkus compares Meaver Gaskin a Zilkin to a conduit worm.
What the fuck? How did you remember that? That's
Did
crazy.
Hammer just have a stroke? What was that?
Oh my god.
Hammer's been shot.
What? I just want Hammer to vomit on himself and go, what did I just say? Like,
Write that down. Write that down.
oh my god.
I'm sorry, I blacked out. What happened?
I blacked out George Lucas. George Lucas, his eyes rolled back somewhere in Skywalker Ranch and took over Hammer. My favorite George Lucas thing. I've heard it before, but I heard it again recently. They went up to George Lucas and like, George, so Yoda's gonna be bleeding in this scene. What color do you want his blood to be? And George goes, green. So they just fucking made it green. It's in the behind the scenes.
No fucking way.
It's
Oh
like,
my god. You gotta be
George
kidding
Lucas,
me.
man, luckiest man in Hollywood, had like 6 good ideas and a really good wife who was an amazing editor, and just accidentally hired the best staff of all time to make the best movies of all time. That guy's like, no, C-3PO is gonna be like a used car salesman. It's like, what? I don't understand what any of that means. No, Luke Skywalker's gonna be 60. What? Why?
Oh, no.
That kind of is weird for the whole hero's journey.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
Good.
But
You back with us, Hammer? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
yeah,
Okay, good.
The power of George compels you.
so turns out Church returns to Blue Base, and he knocks out Sarge before Sarge shoots Simmons, and so Church and Simmons are planning to dump the Reds out in the middle of the canyon. Meanwhile, with our adventurers, they arrive at the Great Swamp, and it turns out someone has been following them. So they make camp and they set a trap, but it turns out it was just Tex. And don't worry, Caboose was watching, and if something had happened, he would have seen it.
I was hoping watch.
I wanna point out that it always strikes me as odd, like the music and Caboose and everything, when Andy's like, he's like, "Hey Caboose, what's wrong?" And he's like, just perfect serious voice. I think something is following us. Like he was just totally locked in that something was out there watching them, but he wasn't like goofy or like normal Caboose about it. He was just like, there's something there.
Which is odd to me because it almost felt like, and maybe you guys felt a different way, it almost felt like it was played, because I had forgotten who it was a little bit. Because I was like, well, wouldn't it just
I
be
had
text?
completely forgotten.
Well, I just felt like it would be text because like it was set up, and then when they said it, like it almost felt like it was supposed to be a mystery
Yeah.
of like what's tracking us. Like, and I guess that's kind of the point in a vacuum. I don't know. I was confused why it made me think it was someone other than Tex when it was clearly just Tex the whole time.
Yeah.
Which I guess
It was
works.
a misdirect.
Yeah, I
Yep.
guess so. If we're giving credit to Hammer, I mean Barney, I mean Hammer.
Porcus.
Fucking Porcus. See, it's like poetry, sort of. It rhymes.
Niebuhr, Gaskin, the Zilkin.
Oh, God, he's back.
Hammer's like, we got to put the Backstreet Boys in Star Wars. It'll be a hit. The kids will love it.
So they're talking with Tex about the reward, and they make a deal. They'll split it 50-50. Tex can keep the sword, and the alien gets the emancipation of his people. And Tucker gets to live, which is apparently a reward for all the fine ladies in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And Caboose wants a pony.
Yes, he does.
Back in Blood Gulch, Simmons is trying to sort of make a plan with Donut. That Donut isn't supposed to know who Simmons is. And isn't it interesting that Simmons hasn't met this guy before?
So interesting.
Okay, stop practicing. Here he comes. Okay.
Back with the other group. Apparently the alien has been creeping Tucker out, but they kind of just brush past that. And the group arrives at the freezing plains, in which there is some sort of a base or a temple. Caboose lost one of his mittens on the way here.
He must go back and find it.
Yeah. Personal warmth is very important.
Very.
Tex decides she's just gonna go invisible, take out the guards one by one. As she's walking away, Tucker still gets to check her out because that's just how good he is.
That's why he's a pro.
Yep. Back with the Reds, they dump them in the middle of the canyon. They tell Donut to like make up some story, you know, be a hero. Donut's like, I always did want to be a hero and a liar. And then he goes on about how the Blues are basically writing their death warrants. They're leaving them out here to die of exposure.
You might as well just
Even
feed
though
us to the buzzards right now.
You could have walked back to the base in the time we've been discussing this.
How did they get the shot of Sarge and Griff
That's a
scissoring?
great question.
Probably just how the bodies ended up.
Man, yeah, because their legs were like interlocked on the ground. We were watching that and I was like, is that how they actually fell or is that like superimposed? I couldn't tell. Because in like the next scene, they were laying
like-
next to each other. Obviously, they had to set it up again for
I was
another
like,
shot.
oh, they're not
but
scissoring anymore.
That was pretty funny.
And then the final episode for this batch.
Which came out on December 18th, 2005.
Wow.
Hammer was shitting himself that
I
day.
just graduated.
Was I? I don't remember, so I can't confirm.
Also, President George W.
That's
Bush
fair.
defended the Iraq War in a rare Oval Office address. He said, "Not only can we win the war in Iraq, but we are winning the war." Also, 42 people died in a stampede in India.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So,
okay.
oh, and Bono,
That's not a
Melinda,
fun
and Bill
fact.
Gates were all named Time Person of the Year. Boy, isn't that something?
What a wild year.
How do you have multiple
2005.
persons of the year when it's just person of the year?
That's why I didn't understand it.
Were they collectively
so
one
times
person? Like were they each a
Bono?
third?
So I guess they rotate whether it's called person or persons. So for some reason, Bono was on the level of Bill and Melinda Gates. Now we know what Bill Gates was
Interesting.
probably doing, unfortunately.
Yes. Turns out that the base in the freezing plains is being guarded by the zealots from Battle Creek.
Mhm.
Maybe they were on the other side of the bomb. That's how they ended up here, I guess.
Yeah.
And Tex's attempt to take them out one by one, she beats and shoots a guard. Nobody hears it. And this entire time, the guard is like screaming and yelling, but no one hears it. Plan is going good. Tucker says one thing and just ruins everything.
Yeah, what the fuck? Are they deaf? Oh, right,
Good
that you
Tucker.
heard?
Also, Texas music,
Yes.
killer.
Oh
Yeah, what's the name of that
Oh,
song? Because that's
that
always like
was-
Texas theme song, basically,
that-
right?
a girl named Tex? Is that the right song?
That would make sense.
Oh,
'Cause fuck that just
Hammer
hits
has to access.
so hard. I love that song.
Trocadero, God, they should be way bigger. I didn't know, Bernie mentioned it, that I had no idea Jeff Williams came from Trocadero. That blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because, yeah. I'm looking through their YouTube.
Yeah, it is a girl named Tex, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I just queued up the
I thought
episode,
it's...
and we just listened to
No,
a girl
Floppy
named
could-
Tex before that.
Floppy couldn't be right. There's no way.
It's like the start of it.
Hammer spent all this time.
It's the start of the track before it really like ramps up. Just that little dun 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 dun.
Wait, are we talking about the text music or when she's like beating up all of the people?
No, yeah, the her
Yeah, I'm talking
sneaking
about when
music,
she's
like
beating their
not
butt.
the fight
Oh,
music. Yeah,
okay.
okay. That's where
I was looking
disconnect
for
was.
the other one.
Yeah, I don't know what that other one is, but that one's fun.
That's what I've been looking for.
It has like a slide whistle in it and everything.
I think I found it. I just need to listen and double check.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
Yep, found it. Noobs Rush In is what it's called on Trocadero's YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. That's the song that plays when she's going all ape shit and killing everybody.
Yeah.
Got it.
Noobs.
Oh my god, it was on the trivia section of the wiki. I could have answered that like minutes.
Oh my God.
That's okay. We let Hammer sleuth it out.
I like that Peggy was sitting there like twiddling his thumbs, staring directly at it, just going.
It's like, come on,
Who is-
Hammer.
Then we hear a gunshot or two gunshots, and then all of a sudden Bernie's like, "Go to bed." Oh no!
That's enough.
fucking Teethopedia, Roosterpedia.
So yes, Tex takes out all of the guards to Noob's Rush In by Trocadero. Meanwhile, back in Blood Gulch, Donut has regaled Sarge and Griff with the story of how he rescued them. Neither
That's
of them believe it.
exactly how it happened.
Yep. It's like, what happened to the car? I have a song I'd like to sing about that. Then back with the Blues, Church is explaining to Simmons the various members of Red Team. And
Oh my god.
I loved that.
Change is so fucking good.
Yep. And
Oh,
Simmons
it was
is
beautiful.
talking about like Donut and how he's into all this stuff, and Church is like, it's kind of no, he's what?
No, what? The pink guy. He's just slightly less red.
It seems like you're projecting.
Wow.
Seem pretty defensive for someone not projecting.
Wow.
Because, Simmons knows pink when he sees it.
It's true.
Yes, he does.
It's true.
Simmons gets really upset and leaves. She's like,
because
Sheila's like, you do know that was Simmons, right? He's like, oh yeah, definitely.
I loved how Church just talks so much shit
Yeah,
about Simmons.
he's not good at stuff, and he's dumb.
Right
and
to his
how the
face.
stuff he likes is dumb. Now they're all talking shit about him. It's like, man, he sounds like a real jerk. Gus's delivery on that is so fucking great.
It was beautiful. You know that's Simmons, right? Oh yeah.
But yes, that is that batch of episodes.
We did it.
Ta-da!
I can't believe it. Can we become a Star Wars podcast?
Yeah.
Talk a whole hour about conduit worms and Droopy McCoola
Dude, we
Clatoonian
could
and
do it.
Weber Gaskin the Zilk.
Have you seen the clip of that podcast where that fucking nerd was mad that he didn't get invited to Star Wars Land in Magic Kingdom, and he was like, I've been busting my ass as a fan for 30 years. He was like screaming. He was like, I was like, this can't be real. This is satire. No, he's like, you know what? To punish Star Wars, we're not talking about the new park. And then his producer's like, you're going to talk about the new park. He's like, I'm not doing it. It's like, you're going to do it if you want to keep your job. It's like, I used to be your boss. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's like,
Oh my god.
Jesus. But yeah, let's not be a Star Wars podcast. It'll just upset. It'll upset everyone, mostly me.
Well, that sounds like all the more reason to do it.
Right.
Okay, so I have exciting news. I've made us an account on the Rooster Teeth website because that is my call to everyone listening to this podcast. The Rooster Teeth website is not doing so hot, unless Bernie's listening. Then it's going great, boss. It's going fantastic.
It's great.
But it's not doing well. We got people posting politics. We have no one pushing any sort of crossovers. It's hurting right now. So,
dude,
bro.
Never mind. I just followed it.
Oh, did you find? Okay, you found it. So the rules are: don't get us deleted from the website. But there's no other rules.
So I can't post about my Strangerhood Panics crossover?
No, you can do that. Just don't get us removed from the website. Just don't make 600 posts about it. Oh my God. Guys, our midpoint of our berths, it's actually in a kind of cool place.
The better than Deputy Indiana?
It's Grand Junction, Colorado.
No shit.
Yeah.
I love that.
I don't know how I think Hammer really pulled us east.
Flying the Coop HQ is going to be a mile high, bitches.
Hold on. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on.
No, don't take it back. Don't take it back. I love.
I'm already purchasing a house there now. You can't take it back.
Turns out I'd need a lot of geography lessons.
Definitely moved to Colorado.
I need a lot of geography lessons. That was terrible of me. I thought Colorado was somewhere around Tennessee and Kentucky. Yeah, no, Colorado, that's right in the middle of us. So Grand Junction, Colorado, guys. I will put that on our Rooster Teeth website profile. I'll tell you what, if any listener does anything in Grand Junction, Colorado about flying the coop, I don't care what it is. If there's anything that you do in that city, even just taking a picture, you're going to win something. I don't know what it is.
I'm going to add one stipulation. You have to take a picture at the Bananas Fun Park.
No, I think you have to take a pic. Like, you need to leave our mark somewhere. Don't graffiti, or at least don't get caught. But don't
maybe go take a hike on the Lunch Loop Trailhead.
Charlie Cox established a factory there in 1898.
Daredevil?
Not Daredevil. It's Charlie N. Cox, not to be confused. But it was after the 1897 Dingley Act. That's a real thing. So
that sounds slightly used.
Oh no. He got it for 25 cents from a coin machine. Someone wanted to talk about cartoons. Pac, you want to talk about cartoons?
Yeah, I was talking with some coworkers today and by talking, we were literally just sending GIFs back and forth of different cartoons we used to watch as a kid, and then reacting
pretty solid
to it.
Millennial communication method.
Yeah, and then we just react to it if it was something that we'd seen, and it turns out I'd seen a lot of cartoons. So it made me kind of curious, what are some cartoons that we watched as kids in this here podcast? Because all of us were kids at different times in our lives.
Hold on.
Presumably.
Fucking Hammer's over here watching. Hold on.
He's gonna look it up.
Seriously, Hammer, I wouldn't even know what cartoons.
Oh, I know what cartoons Hammer watched. Hammer's watching Vampirina, Teenage Vampire. Premiere date September 12th, 2025. Wizards Beyond Waverly Place.
Oh, okay. They left Waverly?
I think it's the children. I think Selena Gomez had her alopecia. What does she have? Isn't she dying or something?
I don't think you die from alopecia.
Yeah, you don't die from
She was dying from something. She had lupus?
But she does. I think it's lupus that she has.
I'm a big Selena Gomez fan, so that was horrible to hear. But she's still alive, so I guess she's making lupus her bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a real thing she has. I thought you meant her character in the show.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, the real person. Yeah.
Cartoons or I've watched Dexter's Lab. Big Dexter's Lab guy.
Oh, I love
good
Dexter's
one. That's
Lab. Jimmy
Dexter's
Neutron.
Lab is surprisingly one we didn't bring up today. Yet that was totally on my watch. That was like my before school cartoon.
Omelette du fromage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the episode where they had he was like an exchange student in Japan, and it was like a Megazord episode where they all fought a kaiju.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Also loved Rugrats. I grew up to be
Rugrats,
Angelica.
solid. Yeah, Angelica.
I was big on Rocko's Modern Life and Beavis and Butthead.
Yep.
I wasn't allowed to watch that.
Oh, so me either. I definitely wasn't.
Okay, yeah.
You poor
but I
baby.
still did.
I had a
Yeah, you guys are way cooler than me. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons. I wasn't allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my god, the very first episode of South Park, when that aired, when I was a kid, we went to my friend's house because my parents were also friends with her parents, and we all watched South Park. There was quite a few adults and quite a few children, and by the end of it, they were like, "Ooh, yeah, probably shouldn't have let the kids."
Was the first episode of South Park the one with the aliens coming down and the Cartman had the 50-foot satellite dish coming out of his ass? Was that the pilot or the first episode?
I couldn't tell you what the first episode was. I just remember that my mom was not happy that we had all watched.
You remember when that show was all cardboard cutouts?
I don't remember what it was. I do remember when it was actual paper cutouts.
Obviously, Star Wars: The Clone Wars was a big one back when that was on Cartoon Network.
Oh yeah, it was Cartoon Network.
Another big one was Lego Ninjago. There was Transformers Prime.
Cool.
Nice.
There was Ben 10.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah. My sister watched that.
There was Superhero Squad, which was a Marvel show on Cartoon Network. It was It was like, it basically had everything Marvel except Spider-Man because, Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony.
But yeah, it was like X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers. Then there's another one called Max Steel,
That
which,
sounds so familiar.
yeah, it was this kid that like meets this alien robot thing, and it can like give him a suit, kind of like Laser Team, except it came out first. And then there was Hot Wheels Battle Force 5. I don't remember anything about it other than that it was a thing that I watched because I have a game for it for the Wii.
That's really fascinating, Hammer. Like, everything you named is like a property,
Yeah.
except
A
for
lot
Ben
of these
10.
I feel like I know of because of video games that came out related to them too.
Yeah. And I guess it's just maybe like a product of like when we grew up, like we just didn't get like there were no Lego shows or Hot Wheel shows or I
We
mean
had
I'm
X-Men.
sure there was Transformers.
Yeah, we had X-Men,
We did have X-Men,
Transformers,
yeah.
With
X-Men
X-Men, but
97.
yeah, X-Men was probably the biggest one.
Batman.
Justice League later, a little later.
I didn't
Yeah.
watch that, but I did watch Batman.
But it was so niche back
Yeah.
then.
It
Like
was so
cartoons
niche,
were
yeah.
supposed to just be entertainment for kids and not actually be like property
Yeah.
related. Like the merchandising came after the show, and a lot of these ones the merchandising came
Watched a
before.
lot of Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Looney Tunes, yeah. Ed, Edd n Eddy was
Oh,
the one that always made my dad
loved
laugh.
Ed, Edd
He
n
thought
Eddy.
that was the funniest show in the world. I mean, I loved it too. You you dare insult the son of a shepherd? I think about that. I think about that all the time.
You must eat more fiber, head and sock, Ed boy.
I really want a plank. Like, I need to make
Fucking-
one. I need to make myself a plank.
Fucking plank. Man, that show ruined Jawbreakers for me because
Yeah.
they look so great. And then I went and bought one. I was like, why can't I put it in my mouth like they do?
Yeah,
We're not
yeah,
a cartoon.
seriously.
There
Hammer,
was
you
some
said you had
Xbox
a.
news.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, why not?
She looks like or it sounds like she's coming from their AI department specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Causing a lot of people to pause a little
But
bit.
Yeah.
she says they apparently aren't going to do AI stuff.
Well, no, that's not what she said. She said she doesn't want to put out AI slop.
Hmm.
I think there was an important distinction in what she was saying, at least in what I read, was that she was like, we don't want to put out bad AI stuff. You know, I don't know what to read there. Let me actually pull up a
Right.
quote. So I have, Sharma says in a new interview that she has, quote, no tolerance for bad AI, end quote, in game development. She says, noted that AI has long been a part of gaming and will continue to be. Great stories are created by humans. We will not chase short term efficiency or flood ecosystems with soulless AI slop. Games are and always will be art, crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. Now, I'm not some sort of tech lawyer, but that sounds like we are going to use AI and we're going to use the newest technology. We're just not going to make it sloppy. Which
Yeah.
I think people should be aware of. Like, whether or not
Mhm.
it's good or bad, I think as long as they make it clear that they're using it,
Yeah.
I prefer them saying it than
Right.
like lying about it.
It's
Yeah.
just the whole, I don't know, like saying it'll be made by humans using AI tools. I mean, theoretically, you could say, well, a human told the AI to write the entire script,
Mhm.
therefore the human made
Yeah.
the script.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I don't know,
It's a tricky situation
it seems
because
like
yeah.
it's pushing against, I don't know. There's the thing that brought it up in my mind for today too is somebody talking about it contributing towards, because Microsoft is going like really full focus on Copilot. Like it's in every fucking thing you can find. It's on the app for the Xbox. It's on.
Mhm.
I was in Excel earlier today and it popped up and said, "Do you want like me to teach?" It was like a new version of Clippy. It's like, "You want me to help you write this formula? I'll do it for you." And I was like, "Yeah, go away. I'm fine." And it's just the thing that I read earlier today was talking about how it just seems like it could be shifting their focus towards that and away from the Xbox itself as a platform.
Yeah.
And it just makes me wonder about what the future of the Xbox is, given everything that we saw earlier this year about, for example, Halo, that's
Mhm.
always been exclusively an Xbox game, is now going to re-release with this remastered remake, new version 3.0, whatever you want to call it, on the PlayStation as well, which has always been a direct competitor. So it's just they're losing this exclusivity. They're putting people in charge that are going to shift the focus to possibly a different platform. It
Mhm.
just makes me really wonder where the Xbox is going and is it worth continuing to invest my time into it?
Speaking of exclusives, I don't know how to interpret it, but someone did make some long spiel on social media to her about like Halo and exclusives and all that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And she did respond saying, "Hear you." So, whatever that means.
Here's my problem, and it, part of it, uh, maybe it's my inherent distrust for once you get to a certain amount of wealth in this country, but all of a sudden, you people become out of touch so fast. Uh, I mean, we would know, guys, because we make so much money from this podcast, how quickly we became out of touch. But the issue, she is the most new money out of all of us, so she might still have some touches with her roots from
My
before she
broke
joined the
ass.
podcast. No, no, this brings in tons of money. Um,
That we don't
you
have.
you well, that insinuates it exists. So, but like you see a lot of directors who swore by like bad CGI. I mean, look, George Lucas pioneered a lot of amazing special effects. He said how great these like the clone troopers looked. They looked horrendous. They looked so bad, and people fell into that trap for another 15 years. People are still falling into the trap that CGI looks like real life. It it feels like it's the same to me where a lot of these people seem really out of touch about AI. And I also include us in that sentiment, or at least the sentiments that have been shared so far on this podcast, that like I think as a whole, people on the internet are mostly anti-AI. They're mostly anti-AI, but the average person, I don't think really cares. I watch so many people my age in their 30s just like using AI for everything. Like, oh, look, I asked ChatGPT how to stop crying at work today. Look what it told me. It's like,
Yeah.
don't go to ChatGPT for that.
Yeah.
It
Hmm.
doesn't it doesn't
It's
understand your
just
work
telling you
balance.
everything you want to hear.
Yeah, but people don't get it. But also, I'm sure there's something we're probably missing with AI too. Maybe some sort of benefit because I think we're all pessimistic about it. But I think if you're a gamer and you're a big Xbox person, I think there's reason to be worried, especially like look, obviously we want to competition breeds uh, advancement, but if you've spent $500-600 on an Xbox console, that's a ton of money. You're kind of invested at that point. So I totally
Yeah.
get a person going, I might not have enough money for a new console for years. Please don't like stop supporting Xbox or stop like if you're going to give away exclusives, make sure we're getting exclusives. A truce only works if both sides agree, right? I
Yeah.
mean, if PlayStation keeps pumping out their exclusives and Xbox is like, here's Halo, well, it's that only hurts Xbox gamers.
Well, the affordability of it too is another point of contingency with people that are dealing with AI because
Hmm.
the the platform itself is driving up the cost of the parts to make these boxes that we want. I mean, I was finally about ready to throw down some money on a Steam Deck the other day and they're all sold out. And they're like, "Yeah, we don't know when we're
Really?
going to restock this." It's just it's all just driving up the cost of everything it takes to make these. Yeah, as the consumer, our best ability to speak is where we put our money, and that seems to be what the majority of them care about. So I guess it all just depends on what we want to buy next.
Oh no, CPAC, what they do now is they just lay off a few hundred people. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
they go,
they
look, we're
recoup those
making
costs somewhere else. Yeah.
they go, look, we're making money. We laid off all these people. It's like, wait, what?
hmm
That was the High Guard thing. They just laid off a whole bunch of people with their studio.
Did
And
they
they're like, no,
really?
no. Oh, you didn't? Oh, yeah.
I
High
haven't
Guard
heard
laid
that.
off. They have like a skeleton crew now, and they basically were just like, oh yeah, I don't know, sorry, maybe we'll hire you back. And all of the people on the team, all the people who got laid off, were posting on Twitter, and they were like, hey, I really enjoyed my time there. I really hope I get hired back on one day. And it was kind of sad.
Well,
Holy
and didn't
fuck.
Sony just close down the people that did like,
Yep.
yeah, something. I forget what the game was.
It was in France. I think the team was in France. They laid off like 70 people. But I mean, that's what they're doing across the board. No, maybe I'm thinking of who does Assassin's Creed? Ubisoft?
Yeah.
Ubisoft laid off a bunch of people.
Well, I know. Let me look it up. Oh, Blue Point Games is who PlayStation laid off.
Blue Point Games. What have they
Which
made?
they are known for remastering games like Shadow of the Colossus and Demon Souls.
Oh, I heard about that one because they were in the middle of remastering those, right?
I haven't played them. I don't know.
So this is what I was talking about with Ubisoft. So Ubisoft Toronto, 40 roles were 40 roles were cut as a part of a final phase of global cost savings. And the Paris headquarters, they have proposed something called voluntary departure plans for 200 employees.
Oh my
Voluntary.
God.
Which seems like it's a ploy to get you to leave without us technically firing
Yeah.
you.
Uh-huh.
So this comes after some financial restructuring in 2022 and 2025, where they lost about 4,000 employees, closer to 3,800 probably. CEO said they're refocusing on their key franchises and improving efficiency. Efficiency to me in this day and age, unfortunately, without more context, sounds like fire humans, use AI, which I think is what people are scared about with this Xbox thing.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
Just because I feel like the people on this podcast will appreciate this. Also, Ubisoft has announced a company-wide return to office mandate.
Of course they have.
Which,
Of course they have.
which most employees view as an added pressure to reduce headcount.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of companies doing that. Microsoft has been doing that too. There's several companies around that have been, all of a sudden, everybody's like, you had your time. Go back.
Mm-hmm. I think people are seeing it all over the place, and this has been Talking Heads with Floppy, Packy, Chia,
Well,
and Hammer.
I have my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what's
we
it?
got to go out
Just
on a
cut
high
Hammer
note.
off.
Hammer's
Well, no,
gotta-
I was ending our political
Oh,
part.
okay.
Oh.
I was phasing that out.
Oh,
Crossfire.
I get it.
All right.
Attack the nation. Just look, guys. Here, guys. Let's keep things in perspective. The Dow's at over 50,000. I mean, it's not anymore, but it was. So, Hammer, take us out on something fun, please.
Maybe. So,
You'll think about it.
I've been getting big into collecting physical media, DVDs, Blu-rays, steelbooks, all that good stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned that
And-
the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of Red versus Blue?
Yes,
So
actually.
proud of you.
Nice.
And for the past month and a half, I've been going through all of the Predator and Alien movies
Ooh.
for the
Cool.
first time. And so back when I was, looking on Amazon and stuff to buy the Predator and Alien stuff, I came across a 4-movie collection of the first 4 Predator movies, Predator, Predator 2, Predators, The Predator. And I was, checking the reviews to make sure it was a good quality product. And I came across a 5-paragraph review.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm of the opinion that it is a useless review.
Okay.
Because, let me share my screen. They start with,
Oh my
the
God.
Predator 4 movie collection brings together all 4 of the main Predator films on Blu-ray prior to the 2022 prequel Prey. these 4 films appear roughly in chronological order, da 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 da. There is a paragraph for each of the movies.
Okay.
My Lanta.
And I won't read it now because it would take like 10 minutes. But this is just, they basically just wrote a book report on the Predator franchise. They don't actually talk about the quality of the physical product. They don't talk about like the case or the
What?
discs or anything.
It's
I mean,
literally
even in the first
just
paragraph,
the story, like a synopsis.
the final sentence of the first paragraph. Finally, all 4 of the theatrical films in the franchise are 107 minutes long, while the digitally released Prey is 100 minutes. They're talking about a movie that isn't even in this collection.
What the fuck?
Oh, and best part, 55 people found this helpful.
Oh my god.
This is peak humanity right here. There's nothing but downhill at this point.
It's a
No,
review
that's what I'm
from
saying. Yeah,
2022.
this is like, boy, you put a bunch of words out there, and people are like, I think this guy knows what he's talking.
This next review is significantly shorter and was actually helpful. It includes all 4 films in 8-disc box set.
Yeah, excellent picture quality.
Yeah, Blu-ray discs, digital code. They talk a little bit about the movies, but it's not a freaking essay.
I love that it specifically called out that Arnold Schwarzenegger was former California governor, just in case you forgot.
and it includes actual pictures of it.
Oh. Well, that's super helpful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, only 23 people found this review
Oh
helpful.
Well, it's not a dissertation, so.
But yeah, I had to share that.
Wait, hold on. I have to pause. The man who made the 2010 Predators film was named Nimrod.
Oh, okay. That was a choice.
So
assuming that's how it's pronounced because it's got the little dash over the O.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably Nimrod. Do you know a fun fact about Nimrod?
It's a really good Green Day album.
I mean, yes, but do you know that Nimrod is a I think it's from the Bible. Like he's a very profound hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, and Bugs Bunny would make fun of him.
Did
Make
you
fun
learn
of
that at
Elmer
Jesus
Fudd and
school?
call him Nimrod.
No.
Unfortunately, I learned it from the Rooster Teeth podcast, like most things I know. Bernie told that story in like
It's his own form of
2012.
religion.
And exactly. And I've repeated it every few years since. Yeah, Nimrod, he made fun of Elmer Fudd, but people didn't know, back in the 50s when America was apparently great, and they didn't know that the guy from the Bible was actually a hunter. They were like, haha, he's calling him Nimrod because Nimrod means stupid. So Nimrod just became stupid.
Oh,
I feel like there was something I saw recently that pointed that out, but I couldn't remember what it was. That's incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
Good old Nimrod.
But this has been episode 17-ish of the Flying the
Try
Coop.
that again.
This has been episode 18. Technically, I was right. I was right, though. Technically.
Yeah,
best kind of technically correct. Best kind of correct.
Spoken like a true Nimrod.
And now we know that's a compliment. Thank you. This has been episode 18-ish of the Flying the Coop podcast. We have had a ton of fun talking to you, and we're excited to finish season 4, and then I don't know, do we move on to something else? What's after that?
Out of Mind, if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh.
So watch ahead. Watch ahead. I've never seen Out of Mind. I did not know it was required viewing. So that'll be new for me.
In for a treat.
In for a penny, in for a treat.
A tuppence?
A bit, a bint, a bunce, a bit, a bit.
A trumpet.
Bye.
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 What a Nimrod.